Your tight shoulders aren't just a physical ache. They are a physical archive. Every unspoken burden you've ever carried, encoded into your trapezius muscle. This chronic tension is actually body armor, built from years of repressed survival instincts and hyper-vigilance that never found an exit. Today, we decode the silent language of your shoulders and reveal the psychological weight of holding it all together. Do you feel like you're constantly bracing for a blow that never comes? That heavy tightness in your neck and shoulders is a somatic signal. Your body's way of telling you it feels fundamentally unsupported. We are going to map these stress patterns, understand why your body refuses to let its guard down, and begin to show it that it's finally safe to release that weight. What if your shoulders are trying to tell you a story your mind is too afraid to acknowledge? This isn't bad posture. This is a state of persistent survival mode, etched into your muscles over years of carrying more than you should have carried alone. Let's explore how your body stores the stress of holding the world, and what it's really trying to say about your nervous system. Before we begin, notice where your shoulders are right now. Are they near your ears? Are they pulled forward? Are you bracing? Most of us are. And most of us don't know why we can't stop. This video is about that why. It is about the silent language written into the muscles most of us ignore until they scream. The trapezius muscle spans from the base of your skull, across your shoulders, and down to the middle of your back. It is the largest, most exposed muscle of your upper body. And it is also your nervous system's fastest alarm system. When your brain detects a threat, any threat, even an email notification, it sends a signal through your sympathetic nervous system. Cortisol and adrenaline flood the body, and the trapezius is the first muscle to respond. It contracts, pulling your shoulders upward, hunching you forward, preparing you for impact. The problem is that this response was designed for a lion, not a deadline. The muscles don't know the difference. They only know contract, protect, survive. There is a pattern researchers call earring shoulders, when someone's shoulders are chronically pulled so high they nearly touch the earlobes. It looks like poor posture. It isn't. It is a subconscious shield. Your body knows, even when your mind doesn't, that you are being evaluated, that you might be judged, dismissed, or rejected, and so it tries to make you smaller, more defended, hunching the neck and shoulders inward to protect the most vulnerable parts of you. Your throat, your heart, your sense of self. This is ancient. This is the same posture a primate assumes when approaching a dominant group member. You are doing it in job interviews, in difficult conversations, in rooms where you feel like you do not fully belong. Every human is born with the Moro reflex, a startle response where, at any sudden stimulation, you throw your arms outward, arch your spine, and then curl inward to protect yourself. In infants, this reflex fades around 4 months old, but the deeper survival circuitry behind it, the impulse to brace, to flinch, to guard, never fully leaves. For many people operating under chronic stress, it never resets. It loops. Each new stimulus finds a nervous system that is already preloaded, shoulders already elevated, already waiting for the next impact. You are not in bad posture. You are in persistent first alert. Your body has simply never received the signal that the emergency is over. There is a reason we say someone carries the weight of the world. It is not metaphor. It is somatic memory. Every time you took on a responsibility that wasn't fully yours to carry. Every time you said, "I'll handle it," when you were already at capacity. Your body registered that transaction. The trapezius and the muscles of the upper back contracted slightly, like a ledger recording a debt. Over years, those contractions accumulate into chronic tightness. The muscles don't release between entries. They hold. They store. They become the physical archive of every yes you said when your body was whispering no. Research into the psychophysiology of social support reveals something striking. People who report feeling chronically unsupported by their community or close relationships show measurably higher baseline muscle tension in the neck and upper back. Your body interprets isolation as danger. When the social safety net disappears, when you feel like you are doing it alone, the nervous system goes into individual survival mode. And individual survival requires constant vigilance, constant bracing. The muscles harden to protect a body that feels it has no backup. This is why receiving genuine care, being truly seen and supported, can make someone physically dissolve into tears. The muscles, holding for so long, finally receive permission to soften. Your ancestors burned the physiological energy of stress response through physical action, fight, flight, or the full body shaking that animals use to discharge trauma from their nervous systems. You sit at a desk. This is one of the cruelest mismatches of modern life. The stress hormones flood in, the muscles activate, and then nothing. There is nowhere for the energy to go. No lion to outrun. No cave to retreat to. Just another browser tab. Another Slack message. Another obligation. The result is a body that is simultaneously exhausted from tension and unable to release it. A car with the accelerator floored and the brakes locked at the same time. Here is where it becomes a trap. Your brain doesn't just send signals to your muscles. Your muscles send signals back. When your trapezius is chronically tight, your brain receives proprioceptive input, feedback from the body, that says, the muscles are braced. And the brain interprets this as, we must still be in danger, which causes it to maintain the cortisol response, which keeps the muscles contracted, which tells the brain the danger continues. This is the hyper-vigilance loop, a self-sustaining circuit of tension and threat perception, where the body and brain co-create a reality of danger that may have no external source left. You are not imagining the anxiety. You have simply taught your nervous system that braced muscles mean emergency. Here is something almost no one explains. Holding muscular tension is metabolically expensive. Every minute your trapezius is contracted, even mildly, your body is burning energy. Mitochondria are consuming oxygen. Lactic acid is building. Circulation is being restricted to the very muscles trying to protect you. This is why you can spend an entire day at a desk doing nothing physical and arrive home completely depleted. You have been working. Your body has been running a silent, invisible marathon of tension, and it is exhausted, not from laziness, from relentless vigilance. The chronic fatigue so many people carry is not character weakness. It is the legitimate physiological cost of keeping your armor on every hour of every day for years. Not all shoulder tension has the same origin, and not all tension needs the same response. Let's map yours. Here is a quick somatic self-assessment. No app, no device required. Just honest attention. First, when does your tension spike? If the answer is, when your to-do list feels impossible, when deadlines converge, when demands outpace hours, your pattern likely lives in the doing too much category. Your body is trying to carry a logistical overload. Second, does your tension spike instead in social contexts, in groups, before conversations, in moments of potential conflict or vulnerability? If yes, your tension pattern is more likely a feeling too little support response. Your body is bracing for relational impact. These require different interventions. The first needs reduction of demand. The second needs increase of felt safety. Both need your honest attention. There is a crucial difference between structural muscle fatigue, the soreness of overuse, of poor ergonomics, of too many hours hunched forward, and what somatic therapists call a holding pattern. the psychological contraction of muscles around an emotion that has nowhere to go. Structural fatigue responds to physical treatment, massage, stretching, postural correction, rest. A holding pattern does not. You can stretch indefinitely, and the tension returns within hours, because it is not a physical problem. It is an emotional one wearing a physical disguise. The signal. Structural fatigue feels like tiredness. A holding pattern feels like dread, like being armored, like something heavy you cannot put down. If you've been working on your tension for months without resolution, consider that your body may be waiting for an emotional conversation, not a massage. We are living in a body that was built for the Pleistocene, operating inside an attention economy that was designed to trigger survival responses at scale, dozens of times per hour, for profit. Every notification is a minor startle. Every viral catastrophe is a tribal threat signal. Every social comparison is a status competition alert. Your trapezius was not designed for this volume of stimulation at this frequency. None of us were. The stagnation you feel, the digital brain fog, the physical heaviness, the inability to fully relax even on weekends, is the body's accumulation of 10,000 unresolved micro-threat responses. It is not laziness. It is the specific exhaustion of being a Paleolithic nervous system inside a 2026 attention economy. The nervous system learns through the body, and it can be taught new conclusions. Here are 3 somatic movements shown to interrupt the hyper-vigilance loop and signal safety to the brain. The first is called a physiological sigh. A double inhale through the nose, short, then shorter, followed by a long, slow exhale through the mouth. This activates the vagus nerve and is the fastest known way to shift the nervous system from sympathetic to parasympathetic activation. Do it now if you'd like. The second is a shoulder drop roll. Deliberately exaggerate the tension. Pull your shoulders as high as they can go. Hold for 4 counts, then let them fall completely. The contrast between maximal tension and release teaches the body what release actually feels like. The third is bilateral tapping, alternating gentle taps on each knee or thigh. The bilateral rhythm mimics the eye movement patterns of REM sleep and is used in EMDR therapy to help the nervous system process and file away threat memories. There is a direct anatomical reason why unspoken limits collect in the neck and throat. The vagus nerve, the primary regulator of your parasympathetic nervous system, runs through your voice box. When you hold back words that need to be said, when you swallow no and exhale silence, you are physically suppressing the nerve that controls your body's ability to feel safe. Vocalizing a boundary, even a small one, even privately, even in a journal, activates the vocal cords, stimulates the vagus nerve, and begins to release the physical holding in the neck. This is why therapists often have clients say things out loud that they've only ever thought. The voice completes what the mind alone cannot. What have you been holding in your throat? What have you needed to say that your shoulders have been carrying instead? The goal is not to never feel tension again. Tension is information. The goal is to stop living inside it as a permanent address. Your nervous system can learn, genuinely learn, that the emergency is over, that your body is structurally supported by your spine, by your breath, by the floor beneath you, that you do not have to hold yourself up through force of will and muscle fiber alone. This shift, from bracing against the world to being held by your own body, is one of the quietest and most profound changes a human being can make. It doesn't happen in a single video. It happens in thousands of small moments where you notice the tension, and you choose gently, without judgment, to let it speak, and then to let it go. Your body has been trying to protect you. It has always been trying to protect you. Perhaps now, you can begin to thank it, and slowly, slowly, begin to tell it, we are safe now. You can put it down. If this resonated, share it with someone whose shoulders you've noticed carrying more than they should. And if you want to go deeper into the language of your body, subscribe. We decode a new human signal every week. I'll see you in the next one.